Hey guys, so today I kind of want to like do a sit down videos and kind of talk about you know, what the title says, breakup, and how to deal with it, and kind of like how I am at, you know, going through the breakup. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna like, I don't know, I'm just putting makeup on, getting ready for the day. So yeah, so breakups. My first actual relationship was like at the age of 17, so like senior year I guess, in high school. And the guy that I dated was a guy that I also dated like before when I was in year 8, so middle school. But I don't really like see that as an actual relationship because it wasn't, you know. So me and him got into a relationship, and at the start you can already tell that like it wasn't gonna be it's like it wouldn't turn out great kind of thing, because we're just two different people, and like, and it's just our values and stuff, it's just, it doesn't match, you know, and that's like one very problematic. And that kind of came into like many of our problems throughout the relationship anyway. And yeah, it wasn't too good, but it was worth a shot, you know. In our case, like, wasn't a reason why, but that's what we did. And so obviously because of that, the relationship was like a roller coaster for me, I guess. I don't know for him, because like, again, we have different values, we have different like outlooks in life, we wanted different things. I wanted to kind of just have a peaceful life kind of thing, but he was much more adventurous. He wanted to do this, he wanted to do that, he was very experimental, while I'm just much more like chill, like, let's not do that, let's just chill, you know, be safe kind of thing. But then again, it was because it was technically my first relationship that I consider, so obviously I didn't know how to act, how to deal with stress that, you know, occurs when you're in a relationship with someone. And so that was bad, because you know, like, I didn't know how to like control my emotion. I don't know how to express my emotion well in a relationship, and all I do is just kind of like, you know, express it how I think it was the right way to express, which technically obviously it wouldn't be, you know, because it's just related to arguments just always end really badly with, you know, me feeling so bad. So we dated like, what, a year and a bit, like a year and a half I guess, and then he dumped me. And I remember it was like, what, a couple of like a month, I think, literally a month from like the final exams, because that was in year 12, so final year of high school. He dumped me. It was 1 month from the final exam for the entrance, you know, for uni. And that was just horrible, because around that time I was just head over heels with this guy, and I don't know, and like, it was just, basically the breakup was so unexpected in my end. Like, I had a feeling, because I don't know, he was just such a follower of his best friend, and like, it's one of the most annoying thing that he does. Like, he just, I don't know, it just seems like whatever, you know, his best friend does, he wants to follow, and I'm just like, you are an individual, why are you following like whatever your best friend is doing, like, kind of stuff. And every single time whenever he does something, and he will claim it like, oh, it's not, I'm not following him, it's my fault. But why is it like, are you guys the same exact person kind of thing? But like, who am I to judge, you know? So in the end, he decided to break up with me, and obviously I was heartbroken, because obviously we didn't argue, there was like no argument, there was nothing, you know, bad, you know. And I tried to like make the relationship work, but it just didn't, kind of thing. And obviously, like any girl, I cried, obviously. And then, you know, that's the breakup process that I had to go through. I remember, because like my family is much more like, I don't know about other people's family, but with my family, it's never really, we're always really bad at like comforting, because we're not really that expressive kind of type of people, at least in my family. I don't know how other people can relate to this, but that's my family. And then so when I was crying over, you know, the breakup, none of my family was able to really comfort me, because we don't know how to comfort people. And so yeah, my mom just gave me a lecture on how she was right and stuff, but like obviously, yeah, obviously my mom was right, but like those aren't the words you want to hear from your own mother. You want her to comfort you, but that's not what I got, but that's alright. And then what happened? But I remember, like, I think like I was one of those lucky people that was able to move on super quick. And like I feel like that was mainly because I had like, I don't know the word, like the will strength or willpower, whatever you call it, to actually look at myself and be like, girl, it's not worth it, kind of thing. Because I know it takes a little bit longer usually for other people and stuff. And like me being able to like actually slap my face across the, you know, slap my own face and tell myself to wake the hell up, kind of thing, and realize that, you know, things that people will eventually have to realize before they could move on. It's like, it's not because it's like I don't feel like it's because I overestimated my feelings for him, but I feel like it's just more, in the end, I feel like I trusted myself, you know, because I know that if I actually allow myself to kind of like, because obviously I wanted to cry long, like, I don't want to cry longer, no one wants to cry longer, but like what I meant as in like, obviously I wanted to, you know, to be like other normal people where like they cry, you know, for at least a week or like, you know, a couple of weeks to kind of like let all the emotion out, kind of thing. Basically I felt like I was doing something wrong in the break, you know, the whole process in the breakup, because it just doesn't follow what usual breakup procedure goes through. But I'm kind of glad, because I feel like it's, like I said, because I feel like I've trusted my instinct on like what to do after a breakup and what is the healthiest way. I allowed myself to be, you know, have some reflective time to kind of like reflect on things and kind of let me like just kind of like go through like why, like reason why I would want to stay in a relationship, and if I do leave the relationship, you know, it was like leave it as a B and not try to pursue it, kind of thing. What are the benefits for it? I did that, kind of thing. And I feel like in the end it was mainly like, obviously I didn't come up with like any like, oh, really big kind of reason for both, but it's just, I feel like it was just, I could tell that there wasn't any hope, and even if there was hope at that point in time, I was already like really hurt from all the past kind of like things that occurred in the relationship for me to want to kind of like have that kind of like I want to be with them kind of thing. Because I was at like a really weak kind of like time where like I would degrade my own self-worth for another guy, which that's what I did. But like after he left, kind of thing, I just had like a day or two to kind of really reflect on things, and he has hurt me multiple times, and I know that I have done to him too, so I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, look, we got a thing. I'm the, you know, I'm not a victim, and no one should see themselves as a victim. And be like, when you see yourself as a victim, you're gonna like make the healing process way longer than it should be, because whenever someone like victimizes themselves, that's when they kind of like actually go like, oh, I'm the victim kind of thing. Oh, you know, someone help me. No, it doesn't work like that. I don't really feel like putting any, should I put any eyeshadow on? But yeah, and for me, I kind of like, so I trusted myself, so I just went with what my gut feeling said, and one of them was like, start to spend more time with family and friends, and that's what I did. And I also decided that it was probably a great time for me to actually go like explore. And when I say explore, I don't mean like go like do some wild things out there with people. No, I didn't mean that. I don't mean that, but I meant as in like go actually find new friends, go kind of like, you know, just have a social life. That's what I mean. And that's what I did, because first of all, like I said, while I was in that relationship, a lot of my friendship groups were very unstable, and I wasn't able to balance it out, you know, for them. So I lost a lot of friends, and at the time there wasn't really much people, and even actually now I'm much more of a like a lone wolf, I guess. Like, I got a couple of friends that will be there for me, but there wasn't much. So I was mostly like kind of like relying on the few friends I had, and they were like super supportive of me, which was great, which I was, you know, I'm so grateful for, because I know that, you know, without them I wouldn't be able to, you know, be happy and kind of like finally, you know, because everyone needs people to be there for them, and I'm glad that I had people there for me, even though like all the things I went through, which was great. So I decided to, you know, go out and meet new people, because why not, you know, like, you know, I have like, school hasn't finished because the exam's still going. It's gonna be coming soon, like in a month. But I decided, you know, kind of like try to have a actually fun life than like a depressive, trying to like, you know, cry while studying life. So I decided it was a great idea to go on Tinder and to find friends. And there's like one of, I know it sounds like the dumbest idea, like why would you want to go on Tinder to find friends, because it's a hookup app, and I'm aware it is a hookup app, but it doesn't mean that, you know, I just don't see it. Just because something is made for a purpose, it doesn't mean that it's only for that. It wasn't really made for hookups, but people mainly use it for hookups. I'm just gonna say it's for that purpose now, because in a way it is for that purpose now. But like I said, just because it was kind of like made to be like that now, it doesn't mean you have to use it that way. So I just went on Tinder kind of thing, and just, I guess, just found people. And on Tinder there's like so many interesting people out there, like seriously, there is so many interesting people. And like, you meet people that just makes you go like, what the hell is wrong with you, you should go see a doctor. And you still find people that are like, oh, generally pretty cool and stuff. And it's just been an experience for me, you know, on Tinder. And like, I have so many stories on it, and I might like, I don't know, I might like tell you guys in another video or some shit, is, you know. And I have like so many stories on like, you know, my Tinder experience, and I'm like, I might tell you guys about it, you know, on another video where I feel like sitting down and talking. But yeah, so that was what I did. I kind of just decided to, you know, one of my way to distract myself from the breakup was to just kind of meet new people, spend more time with friends. And it was one of the great things, because that kind of made me bond with some of my like actual good friends that was willing to be there for me from my breakup. Because even though I decided that it was a great idea to move on quicker, and instead of like crying and kind of like, you know, whatever usually happens with people, it was still hard. So it wasn't like any easier. It was just mainly that my new outlook in life in a way kind of helped me mainly to move on more than anything. And obviously there were times where like I just feel like I miss him, but I know that like again, I trusted my own instinct that I know that yes, I do miss him, but it doesn't mean that like I need to be with him. It's just I miss the idea of being with someone. I guess I was kind of like getting lonely or something, but I don't know. So like months after, you know, the breakup, I'm kind of just starting to settle down the single life. And yeah, like I said, there are times where like I just feel like I had to like a couple step back, and I'm like, oh, there are times where I feel like I'm back at square one, which is like, it's a horrible feeling. And then for me, after a bit, you know, unexpectedly I found like a really good guy. And for me, I didn't think I was going to go into another relationship anytime soon, just because, you know, even though I was doing really well, I didn't think it was a good time for me to get into a new relationship. But I kind of, again, I just trusted my gut feeling because I really like this guy. Oh my god, the light's shining on me. It's gonna look so bad. But yeah, so I just decided it was gonna be a good decision because my gut says it. I don't know why, I trust my gut, but basically I literally survived this breakup because of my gut feeling. Everything my gut says, I just did it because I feel like that's just what's good for me, and I did it and I don't regret it, and I'm actually pretty thankful that I followed it. And so I met this guy, and it was on Tinder, and we hit it off really well. He was like a decent guy. You can tell that he's not like any shady type of guy. So he was, you know, so obviously it was great. I guess, I don't know, but like I think he liked me straight off the bat. But it was like, I don't know, is it like an introvert thing? Because I'm not really that introvert, so I can't relate. But like I think he's more introvert, so like he has like hard time really like showing actual interest. Because I remember the time when we like talk, like I couldn't even tell if he was like actually interested in me kind of thing. And I was like, and like I remember like first time meeting him, like we got along really well because we could like just talk. There wasn't really too awkward. It wasn't awkward at all. But I feel like that's just because I'm the type of person that could actually carry a good conversation in real life. No, like I'm not trying to, you know, like, yeah, come on, look at me, I'm so good, but I'm just saying. But it was, he just didn't really like really show it. Like he didn't flirt with me. He just didn't do any of that. So I was kind of confused if he actually liked me. And yeah, but I liked him obviously, but I wasn't like 100% sure because, you know, you don't know, you know. So that happened, but I decided you know, that he was a great guy. And then slowly after a couple more of kind of like dates, you know, it was obvious that we liked each other. And then after a bit more, he asked me out, and I was like, yeah, duh, kind of thing. I don't know, I don't think it was like that, but something like that. And then so he's been going out for like months now. How long? We've been going out for like 5 months now, nearly. So yeah, quite a while, and it's been pretty good. We haven't had any like arguments and stuff, which is a good sign, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's just normal because it's like only 5 months of dating, so really not much to argue about, you know, but oh well. So my tips on you know, surviving a breakup is really like just, it's really easy. I would say like, oh, listen to your gut feeling, but then again, some people have really bad gut feel, like, you know, their gut feeling always tell them the wrong thing. So I'm just gonna like quickly say it, you know. So in my opinion, when like, what I'm gonna say is mostly like more related for like people that got dumped instead of you dumping someone kind of thing, because I don't know really how that goes. But if you got dumped by someone, for me, like, one of the thing is just accept it. You know, like, you can cry, you know, you can cry and have all your like little sad moments here and there, but like in the end you have to accept it no matter what. And I feel like for me, because like I said, I slapped myself across the face quite early on, and I feel like, you know, you gotta do that, and sometimes you just need to be brave enough, because I feel like it's such people that, you know, I don't like, I'm not saying that only people that like realize at the really start, you know, of a breakup, you know, deserve this, but as in general, any moment in time when someone finally kind of like wake up in the morning and they'll be like, you know what, I can do better than this kind of thing. Like, I feel like they're so like brave and courageous, because like, especially when you're in a relationship for like months and even years, you know, like, you develop feeling for that person obviously, but you also develop like, you know, comfort, and you're like comfortable with that person, and you're like, you know, your routine get changed from when you get into a relationship. It kind of go accustomed to like the relationship with you and the other person, and then now that you're like out of it, you just, you know, you kind of like, and you're just forced to get out of that routine, and sometimes it takes a while to get out of it, you know. And then for you to get out of it is literally more like when you realize and slap yourself across the face and be like, yo, I need to get my shit together kind of thing. So that's what I mean by like, you know, it's really brave and courageous, because a lot of people, because it is our comfort zone, you know, the way we do things, and you know, that slowly developed from a relationship is like our comfort zone. That's what we've been doing, that's what makes us feel comfortable, and you know, that's what we do. And the second thing is like, I feel like it's really important, is like, spend more time with family and friends. Like, obviously have me time, you know, not me as in with me, but like with yourself. Obviously have those moments with yourself, because those are the moments where you really do the reflecting and like thinking about your last couple of years of your life, or like weeks or months with that person, and like if like the relationship is worth it. But yeah, you just have to spend some time with your family and friends and kind of realize that, you know, because they will be there, they're like a support. Friends and family are there to support you. They're supposed to, you know, be there for you. Obviously, unfortunately with me, when it comes to family, I didn't really have that kind of support, because my family overall is just really bad at, you know, supporting each other, like as in comforting wise. They're really bad at doing that, so I didn't really have that kind of like, you know, privilege. But I know a lot of people do, and I feel like you should take advantage of that. Not in like a sadistic way, but just, you know, spend some time with your family and connect with your family more and your friends more, because obviously even if you're like the world's best balancing, you know, different lifestyle kind of thing, you will kind of like, you have to sacrifice some part of your like time and effort for the main group of people to a new group, which is your love life. And so I feel like it's really important in that time you make time for your friends and family and regain that kind of like, I guess, bond between you guys. So that's another thing that I would suggest. And like the third thing I'll say is kind of like very I guess like debatable, but in my opinion I stand strongly with how I think. And the way how I think is that I feel like if a guy or a girl, you know, or whatever, goes up to you, not a guy or whatever, your like significant other comes up to you and they say, hey, I want to break up with you, and like whatever reason, they could have like one of the most, you know, understandable reasoning for it, you know, other than even if it's like, yeah, like even if you're like the guy person that cheated and they dump you kind of thing, right? I feel like in the person that's getting dumped kind of standpoint, you gotta kind of like see it in a way, and it helped me to move on. But I don't know about other people, but it helped me personally move on, is that when the day that they say like, oh yeah, let's break up, you know, was the day that I saw that like this person is what they're actually saying is, I do not want to have anything to do with you. And obviously a lot of the time, unless the breakup was like a really bad one, which, but like, you know, if you cheated on them, you betrayed them in any way to make it like a breakup, then obviously it's bad enough that they wouldn't say it. But like a lot of the time when, let's say like the other person's feelings for you has changed, they don't feel that way for you anymore, then they obviously follow up with oh, but we can still be friends, or like, but I still want to be friends with you. And the thing for you to say back, you know, and it's important, and I know it's super hard, but something that I did and it really helped you in the long run, was that you need to look them in the eye and literally say, no, I won't be friends with you after you break up with me. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with you when you break up with me. It's hard because I know that you spent so many, you know, time with this person, you put so much investment into this person, and now it's just over. And I really don't think it's a great idea to keep investing in someone that doesn't want to have any, like, doesn't want to be with you in any way. It's just not worth it, especially when like you didn't do anything wrong. You know, obviously if you did something wrong and somehow they still want to be friends with you, then it's like, okay, kind of thing. But still, if you really truly want to move on, be real with yourself and say no, because like I said, it will help you in the long run. And this leads to the next tip, which I'll say is like, block the other person from all your social media, from any type of contact as soon as possible. And this is like, also, you don't need to tell that other person you're gonna block them, okay? They don't need to know that you're gonna block them. Just do it, okay? Because there's no point. There's really no point, in my opinion, to have any like further kind of like conversation with this person. They won't come back, okay? Because I feel like, other than like I said, if it's like, unless it's like you cheated on them that caused them to want to break up with you, they made up their mind, and you kind of like try to like talk to them, even like just telling them that, oh, I'm gonna block you kind of thing because it will help me. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that, okay? You're not obligated to tell them when you're gonna block them, okay? You and that person has nothing to do with each other anymore. Just block them, just cut them from your life, you know? Just do that. Like, you don't have to waste your time. You're wasting your own effort, you know? You're wasting effort to just type it or like call, whatever. Just do it. And what it does is like, So it prevents yourself, unless you're like can't control yourself, so you need to have like better discipline, okay, for this. So you can't contact them. Like, I know it's going to be hard, like I said, because you kind of like have this kind of routine that you keep talking to each other, but you have to kind of like just no contact and just you do you and they do them kind of thing. And it will, what this does is like it helps you move on quicker, because you kind of create this bond with this person, and this bond obviously will come naturally whenever you start any type of relationship with anyone. Like, when I say relationship, I don't mean just like boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing, I mean as in like in general, like friendship or anything. You will kind of have a bond, and this bond is one of the reason why you do not want to leave kind of thing. And to break this bond, you actually have to create distance, and the whole blocking them from your social media, and you can't see them and they can't see you, it helps, you know. Obviously I don't know about them on the, you know, their side, but on your side it helps you move on and live your life the way you want it. Yeah, because it prevents you guys seeing each other, so that kind of like help make the bond kind of weakens the bond a little bit quicker. And obviously this doesn't work if you only do it like a day or two, even a week. You need to actually do it for a long time, and obviously there are parts of you that wants to go check what they're doing, how they are. Just don't. It's not gonna do good for yourself, and they don't care. Okay, they don't care. And so yeah, try to block them as soon as possible, and don't do just don't do the friends thing. Like, there are exceptions in situation, there's exceptions, but most case, and if for you to actually watch this video, I don't think that's you're in the exception situation. So yeah, no friend, no, just none of that. It's not gonna be good for you, it's not gonna, you know, be good for them. Do yourself a favor and just don't do that, because you're gonna hurt yourself even more. You know, it's gonna be like a roller coaster. You think you're going good, and then it's gonna happen again, because especially if the breakup was done because that person doesn't have feelings for you anymore, or doesn't have enough feelings for them to be in the relationship. Just don't do that. People get back with each other in those situations because they feel bad about it, not because they actually turn around one day and be like, oh, I realized I still have feelings for you. No, life isn't a fairy tale, and I'm gonna be real, life isn't a fairy tale, and it doesn't work that way majority of the time. But don't think like, oh, never put yourself, like, never try to like assume you are in the majority scenarios and not the minority scenario, because otherwise you're just giving yourself false hope and you're not gonna go anywhere. And I'm just trying to be real here. There's this one thing that like I suggest, like it's like a little activity. I'm not too sure if it works for everyone, but it's something that I did, and I'll just share it with people. And so basically it's part of like a reflection process of a breakup, so it helps you kind of collect on your mind into like basically well organized, I guess. And it's basically like a little journal that you do whenever you're like free, and hopefully, you know, it's best if you could do it like once each week kind of thing. And like you just basically be truthful to yourself, and in this kind of like exercise you just say like, oh, it's been what, approximately this many weeks from the breakup. How do you feel? How do you feel about this situation now? Are you feeling better? And then also another little exercise that I did at the beginning that helped me personally to, you know, collect all my thoughts and feelings together is like kind of write like a set of questions for yourself, and just be real and honest with yourself and just answer it. And for like some of the question could be like, what did the relationship prevented me doing? What was bad about this person, you know? What's so good about this person? What did this person do in the relationship that upset me? Like, in this relationship, what did I do to prevent him, you know, what this relationship prevented him? That's what I meant. And so on and so forth. And you could find like questions online if you really wanted to, and there's a lot of them which will help you, and you just have to answer it yourself. And this kind of like, in a way, this exercise will help you just kind of come to reality, I guess, a little bit quicker, unless you're like so deep far in the, you know, then I don't know how to help you. But you just have to be very realistic about the way how you answer the questions, because, you know, it's for yourself, okay? It's not for you kind of stuff. And yeah, one thing for me, I feel like helped me a lot in the breakup is just see no hope. I don't know if I said that already, but I'm too distracted doing my makeup. But like, you just have to see that there's no hope in getting back with them. Because I feel like when there is any tiny hope, when they're like, maybe in the future when we come across, kind of, you know, I think everyone heard of these kind of phrases, like, oh, maybe in the future when you know, when we come across each other, or like, you know, we're just in the wrong time, you know, maybe we're the right person at the wrong time. Because especially like with my scenario, the reason for the breakup was mostly because he wanted to explore and do things, and he felt like he was trapped in a relationship. So it was one of those like, oh, maybe it's the wrong time, the right person at the wrong time. And that's like the most like BS thing that you will ever hear from people. Like, there's no such thing as, you know, the right person, wrong time, okay? Even if you feel like it's the right person, wrong time, they ain't the right person. Because the right person, you know, will be there at the right time. They wouldn't be in your life in the wrong time. Just remember that. So seeing no hope will basically kind of like, it destroys all hope, you know, so you know that there's no chance of you getting back with them. Even if you can make up some, don't. Try not to, because it's, you know, not good for yourself. But like, yeah, it just gives you that kind of like little, because when there's no hope, you give up. You just give up, basically. That's what I mean. Give up on the relationship. It's not worth it. I'm a little bit sick, so I'm like a little bit like kind of, you know, but excuse me, okay? And yeah, and just talk about things. So yeah, that's pretty much it to the video. Like, that's my experience, and I know that like it's not really, I haven't been in much relationship to really give a lot of advice, but that's what I did. I feel it's too dark. That's what I did to, you know, in the breakup. And it really helped me, and I don't know how useful this video is for other people, but it's just my 2 cents. And yeah. So I don't know how helpful this video is for you guys, but it's my 2 cents, and it's the things that I did to like get over a breakup. And for all those people that's like kind of wondering, yes, I'm happy. And I'm glad that I did all the things and chose all the things that I did. And so yeah, I hope, you know, even if I'm been rambling on and maybe like lost track, I hope that this video was at least somewhat helpful for people that's watching. And I'm just gonna like end it here. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.